It is the 24th of September 1946, and the assault in eastern Russia is in full swing. We're trying to close the gap and entrap the whole German eastern armies. And there's going to be a fair amount of divisions. I can't quite tell how many, but a fair few that is going to be trapped in this cauldron. So our tanks are racing towards what used to be Leningrad, but is now called Ludendorff. Meanwhile, France is still holding, and I think we are starting to see Spanish troops here as well. So it's entirely possible that that some of the French divisions have started moving out, and they might be sending reinforcements elsewhere. Once the enemy troops are sufficiently weakened, we are going to start the assault here again. But there's still a brutal air battle going on over northern France between the Japanese air forces and the Axis air forces. But that said, it looks like we are starting to make some gains, although the losses in fighters on our side are still massive. We have shot down a decent amount, and it is starting to equalize, even though we're still almost 2-to-1 outnumbered. The Luftwaffe is slowly rebalancing towards the east. We are starting to see some Axis fighters and some Axis support planes over Ukraine. As such, we are going to need more air, and I think we are going to have to see if we can start training up some more air. We should have some relatively large air bases here. Let's see if we can get a couple of air wings trained up. This is all bombers, CAS, naval bombers, more close air support, transport, strategic. No, we don't actually have any surplus fighters at the moment. So by the looks of it, we are actually rather short to be on fighters and on jet fighters. Okay, so it looks like our production isn't quite keeping up with it, which means we are going to have to put additional factories in here. And our production efficiency is still growing, but yeah, we need more of the Hayates, we need more of our jet fighters. Are we producing the there's nothing in stockpile that I can even convert. Are we producing the best possible variant of these? Let's have a quick look. I believe we can probably still we can still upgrade these a little bit. So full engine, more weapons, one more into reliability, more range, one more in reliability, more weapons, and that's, I think, all we get. Yeah, unless we drop out the reliability too much. Okay, so that increases our air attack range and maximum speed. So all good things. That's the variant B. So let's decommission variant A and switch that over. Where are we? Here, jet fighter into the Kai B, and I've probably started another production line. Let me check. Yes, of course it did. Okay. Yeah, so we are going to need more factories. And I think I will even not increase our infantry equipment much further. Because we do have enough captured equipment. We have enough artillery that we can severely reduce that. The same for the anti-air. We appear to have modern tank chassis. We have stockpiles of modern tanks. So that thing, yeah, we definitely have a surplus of modern tanks. So we can actually change some of our divisions here into tank divisions. I might I mean, these are currently engaged at the front line. I might, however, just take some of these divisions here. How many can we change? Let's see if we change these into tank divisions. Yep, that will about do. That gives us two more tank divisions here. Okay, and that brings us back to the overall strategic situation. That's the stalled convoy raids. We are at war with Portugal now as well, because we have taken bits of Portugal off Portugal, and we have defeated the Portuguese, which means that the 14th Army can now actually be turned into something more sensible and used at the front. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change all these divisions. Can I change all these into mechanized? Yes, I can. So that is definitely enough. Okay. So we've got these all turned into mechanized divisions. Let me have a quick look at the division template. We don't have line artillery actually here, so we may. This is something. I mean, we've got decent soft attack, but I am thinking of actually. Can we just? We could add some motorized artillery here. And let's see what that would look like. I mean, these are technically defensive divisions, and but that would significantly improve. Yeah, let's probably add 2 lines of motorized artillery here. That doesn't reduce the organization by too much. We will need 7,000 trucks. We have that. We have the artillery and the manpower. Normally not a good idea to do this in the field, but I am just going to modify this, and the equipment will be delivered over time. That gives them a lot more of an offensive punch than what we had previously. Okay, for some reason, I think I see what happened here. Some divisions here that were on the front line have been pulled off when I reorganized the front lines. So that was not quite my intent. So let's get ourselves 4 tank divisions and make sure we're pushing. Make sure we are pushing them back here. That was not the idea. So let's get these 4 tank divisions down south and make sure they clean that up. Okay. We are going to continue trying to, as much as possible, trying to encircle the Germans here. We are still waiting for the construction of a port. Or has the port been constructed? Nope, the port is still under construction. How long is that still going to take? Where is the port? Where is it? Oh, there it is. 5th of October, so 2 more weeks pretty much, and then we will see that port completed. What is this, by the way? This has been there forever. I think this is kind of stuck. I'm going to cancel these. That one. And that one. I think that's because I annexed them while this was under construction, so they never got finished or something like that. Okay, so we are we going to run another assault here? I think we are going to start pulling the 3rd Army up north. How's our supply here? That should be sufficient. Yeah, I think we're going to start bringing the 3rd Army. So that's another 30 divisions. And experienced divisions, at least partially experienced divisions at that. So we are going to give them a front line here. And that's going to be the full third Army. And they will take the northern route. But that should free up some divisions for assaults, and we can change these defensive divisions here into. We don't have modern tanks anymore, so I'm not going to get another one out of these, but I can change them into the Type B divisions, which have a bit more firepower. So for an assault, that is actually more suited. So I should have sufficient equipment. Yeah, we've got all the artillery. So let's change that out already. And we may as well... Yeah, third army is fine. Third army can go as is. Okay. We can... I think we can get these divisions here now assigned to the front line. I don't think anyone is naval invading anyone anymore. And we'll see if we can make another little breakthrough here towards Larissa. Okay, so that's happening. These divisions are just in the wait. We do need to clean up this breakout here. This was not intended. This Dnepropetrovsk, that's not happening. But we have to wipe out these pockets here. It might happen. It's not ideal because it's across a river line, but I think they are relatively weak already. Do assault, please. That last pocket here. Okay, they have been wiped out. How is our supply situation in the north? We haven't connected Orel just yet, and they are pushing the tanks back slightly here. We do need the infantry to catch up. So I want all the tank divisions out of this army. You want all the tank divisions for the push. Well, at least 6 tank. Let's take 6 tank divisions for the push towards Moscow. So I will take these 4, 5, 6 tank divisions. And the rest can help clean up. Yeah, so we're gonna get moving here, moving north, and following the railway line all the way towards Moscow. That's going to be the next push, and I am actually going to start pushing them already back towards the east, because I think that's actually something we can do. So let's get this division working over here. Because we do have tank forces here, so we can actually already give the... That is the 13th. We can give the... no, that's the colonial. Where did I put the 13th? There's the 13th. 13th can have their offensive line towards the river here to close the pocket. The same goes for the... I can start planning that. The same goes for the 5th. Is that the 5th? Yeah, that's the 5th. So the 5th is going to meet. Is going to meet them up in Moscow, and we already have that planned here up in the north. Yeah, we're just waiting for that to complete. But I am already going to start crossing the river here with these divisions, and we are going to start pushing them back and make sure that they are getting assaulted along the whole front line. Have my tanks arrived? Yes, my tanks have arrived. So we do need to take this. Just go through there and then push them back here. Same story. Go through, push them back there, and we've got one more tank division coming in from there. Okay, so we are starting an assault here along the lines, and we will try to push the Germans back already as much as we can here, all the while everybody else is busy. And yeah, just assault the river on all fronts. Okay. And here we are supporting the northern push as well. Some tank divisions need to rest, but we can expand. We can push along the lines here, and we can expand the depth of our front lines. Yeah, these tanks are just breaking through, and they're gonna make it all the way to Moscow. I think there isn't actually any kind of resistance anymore, so I am gonna take a little risk here and widen the front lines a little bit, just to make sure that we're not getting pushed back. Here they're standing near a rail, so we do have to push them back here. And we're actually, yeah, they just cut them off. That's what I was talking about. So that is okay. We can deal with that. We can reconnect that relatively easily. But we do need to be careful, because we do need to make sure that our divisions do not get cut off here. And we do not have a sufficient width on the front lines. There we are. We are reconnected. And yeah, this is important that we are maintaining these front lines here, taking off the airport, and keep the momentum going, keep pushing them here, and keep moving through there to make sure that our supply lines are not cut off. Okay, we are almost in Moscow. There are obviously now some German divisions here, but we have everything reconnected. The front line is stable. Let's send the tanks in here and start widening the front. No, these go there, and this tank division can start widening the front line already. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and here we are just going to start attacking as well. We have taken Poltava. Let's just encircle these divisions and assault here to pin them. Okay. We have some tanks in the south, but I'm not planning to do any kind of major pushes here. But here we do need to maintain our momentum. So I think I am just going to give the 13th... where's the 13th? 13th. I am just going to get the 13th going. So that's happening. We have pushed all the way to Moscow. I think actually towards the river, but we are running into we're now running into defended positions. So we are going to need reinforcements and make sure that we're holding this. And we are going to try to slightly widen the front here along the lines, just to make sure that we can get all the way up to the river. But it looks like the Germans are now reinforcing quite massively around Moscow. So we might not be able to force the river crossing here just yet. We are getting additional tanks coming in. And here we are just going to try and make it towards the eastern side of the rivers. Let's push these out, and then these two take the north. Okay, and we'll see if we can bypass them there and get around Moscow. Yeah, the infantry is struggling, and I am once again actually going to shorten the lines here significantly and extend the lines for others. Okay, just so we get sufficient troops here. Okay, here we have encircled them, so we just need to clean this up. And here as well. And we are going to need one division here to defend this. That one division can get a line there. Okay, so this is a bit weird. Maybe this is why this failed earlier. Can I just do a defensive line there? Yes. So one division defensive line in the south. Okay. Everybody else push them. And how's the offensive towards Moscow going? Tanks are rolling in. Keep the momentum. And here, yeah, you need to push the front lines and make sure that they are weakened, and that the front line is wide enough that they cannot easily cut us off. Okay, so it looks like we are stalling a little bit. just at the river crossing in Moscow, which is really irritating because that's kind of the last position, or the next position. Let's see if we can force the river crossing. No, it doesn't look like we can. Yeah, it looks like our attempt to push into the 416th Infantry Division isn't quite working out, because even our very well armored modern tanks are able to be pierced by these relatively well entrenched divisions there. So we're going to cancel that attack for now. And I think we are going to... Yeah, this front line is getting a little lengthy. I'm almost wondering... No, we'll continue the assault into Bulgaria and Romania, because that is binding. That is probably binding some German divisions as well. So let's see if we can make something happen here. So let's get these from the 10th Army to try to attack north here, and see if we can loop around towards those coastal forts. And inversely, we're going to get the 3rd Army here already push along the coastline. Let's see if that's something that's going to happen, or if that against strong enemy defenses is not quite a thing. Let's see. We are still fighting within this air zone, I believe. Don't really care about this region at this point, but we do need to make sure that these get cut off. Yeah, I think the tanks should have this. The tanks should have this in the south. Okay, we are... Oh, that's not good. We are losing troops. We are losing territory here. So let's clear that up, shall we? But we clearly don't have enough divisions to hold this front line. I think we need another army here. We might need an additional army there. Anything we can research? I mean, we might as well. Do we have... Yeah, we'll start it. It's gonna take forever, but gives us something to do. We might need additional divisions here, because they're getting stretched thin. So I am thinking of bringing the 14th, which is currently stationed over there, and needs their reinforcements. I am going to bring them in already and give them a front line just here in the area. And that's going to be... We've got a couple unassigned divisions, so we can take two. We can take those two from Macau. They can join. We'll start shipping them over, and they can start reinforcing the front lines, because we are quite shaky, and I think we may have reached the limit of how far we can push this. Given that we are now facing a relatively significant German superiority, and we've only got some tank divisions here to hold this line. But let's see for how long we can hold it. So the tanks here should be able to clear this up. We are still fighting. Here might be a little chance for an encirclement. Let's see if we can connect these divisions here, and we'll support the assault. No, go through. Not there. Okay, go through here, there. Okay, and the other division as well. And we will see if we can... I'm going to switch off those notifications, event pop-ups for now. Yeah, still taking a while to decrypt, so that gives us something to do. But we'll see if we can. We'll see if we can connect here. Actually, try to encirclement. Try to create a small encirclement here, and we do have to do something about. Actually, the tanks should be fast enough to take care of this. Okay, this is being more difficult than it needs to be. Because they are counter-attacking, so we are getting a defensive division here. We can take the port of Novorossiysk. That'll cut them off from any kind of supply, and then take out these tank divisions there. Yeah, across the river it's always difficult. Okay, and assault that, please. Let's get 2 tank divisions here just to wipe out that remaining one. We have to make sure that we're not actually getting cut off around Moscow. So we are going to launch another assault here and assist that. Just try to widen the lines more. We have managed to cut off a couple of German divisions here. So let's make sure that they are getting wiped out. And we are, yeah, the tanks are holding just outside Moscow. Let's see if we can take that fort line and then maybe cross the river. Let's see if we get the momentum out of this. But it's a patchy hold. We have to be very careful here because we are constantly getting losing divisions that are. Okay, that encirclement has happened. Nice. So let's make sure that we are wiping out these infantry divisions here. Okay. Nope. Attack directly and then across the lines. Do we have anyone here who can manage to break them off? Not sure. It's all very. Okay, this is getting a little out of hand here. So let's stop the automatic assault here and make sure that we capitalize upon this encirclement here and get rid of these divisions. There's an encirclement here. Tank division, please assist with making sure there's no breakout. Line is holding there. They are still breaking out around Novorossiysk, and we are not getting across here at all. So let's assist with that assault here. Okay. We are trying to wipe out these remaining divisions here. And this is all full-on assault. We are holding in the north. Yes, we are holding in the north. Okay. So we'll break through here and make sure to eliminate these German divisions that we have cut off here. Yeah, we have 6 tank divisions at the lines in Moscow. We may be able to get across the river, but it's a very tenuous hold at this area. Let's try to push them back a little bit if we can, and just try to gain some more ground. Because we're behind a river line here, so it's less than ideal. If we can make it across and take Moscow, that'll be good. How are we air-wise in the region? We are good in the air. So what's going on here again? Yeah, this is still all very chaotic. Bring these back. And then push these back across the river. And here we are going to fight now. And here we are going to fight them in the mountains, yeah. Okay. We are pulling some divisions from the north, but that's okay. We'll have this cleaned up in not too long a time. And that's another 7 German divisions destroyed. Have we? Yes, we are managing to slowly push out, although it's hard going. So let's push towards the north here and see if we can just shove them back. But it's a pushing match here. So how is the situation in there? That's all good. Yeah, they are still fighting Italians. At least they're binding forces here. But yeah, our front lines are a little bit stretched here. I need... Why am I having so few divisions? Why am I only having 12 divisions on this front line? That is definitely not enough. Let's push them towards the river here. Assault from the tanks as well. Push them towards the river. There is an opportunity to cut them off. So let's pin these there. No breakouts in the south just yet. And here I think we're finally cleaning up this, and that'll get us some more tank divisions up into the northern front. We have not managed to cross the river. Let's try that again and see if we can take Moscow and regain our momentum before these Germans get themselves entrenched here. But it doesn't look like we're gonna get across. Yeah, I think that's not happening. So I think we'll be holding here for now until an opportunity arises. There. Okay, let's see if we can. Oh, we've actually defeated them there. Let's see if we can cut that off. Still no. The tanks are mobile enough to counter push. So now these tanks should be returning to their front lines, and then things should be a little bit more sane here. Okay. Cool. Yeah, we were going to need reinforcements because the push across the river into Moscow is a difficult one, and they're bringing railway guns into position as well. So and we are reasonably low on supply here. We do have an airbase here, however. So I just want to make sure that we have all the air force concentrated. How big is that airbase? That's a level 10 airbase. Okay, let's bring 6 tactical bomber wings there. That's a strategically important place. And we've got another 6 tactical bomber wings over here. And we've got 2 more over there. And then we can bring some from here that aren't used elsewhere over here as well. Okay, let's bring all the air force into place at the riverbank around Moscow, and see if we can make the push with some aerial support. But yeah, it looks like they've stopped us here, unfortunately. So we may have to contend ourselves with some smaller encirclements, and do this more piecemeal. So maybe, unfortunately, we don't have an awful lot of supply here, but maybe we can still trap the majority of these forces if we're connecting here. We do have supply around Archangelsk though, so that may be an opportunity for a breakout, and we connect from the north, although that is a very long front line. But let's see if we can break out from here. We do have to take Archangelsk though, so that needs to happen just to deprive them. I think this is the only supply hub in the area that they probably have. So let's take that off them. And yeah, this front line is going to be tricky to hold with the limited forces that we have available. So how's the air situation? Okay, we've got the air force here. I want them on central Russia, all of them, on close air support. So what does that give us? Yeah, all of you on close air support. There we go. So that should give us a fair amount of planes in the air once they're actually managing to lift off. We've still got some tactical bombers in the south here that we can utilize. Okay. Still holding there. We're waiting for some troops to arrive to reinforce these front lines. Fighting here, tough going. Let's assault. These are not necessarily assault troops, but we can make something happen here. And I think Alexandropolis is too well defended. Can we have another breakthrough here? We might be able to. Let's see if we can get some more divisions cut off like that. Let's see if that's something that'll happen. And have the tanks arrived back in place? Yes. So we've got our tanks are coming back into place. So let us attempt to cross the river here, and then see if we can go across the line and connect over there, and we'll already start pushing over here and see if we can make the same thing happen. Okay, that would be another nice encirclement. Not the greatest supply situation just before Moscow, but we are holding the strategically important airport. We may give it another try. No, there's an entrenched German division. We might just... Can we just focus everything on Moscow itself? Let's see. And we just support that assault. Let's see if we can make it across the river with air support. It is fortified, so we will have to assist from the other side here as much as possible. Try to make that push happen. Oh, I think we managed to cross the river just east of Moscow. Oh, nice. Because if we take Moscow off them, that is a major supply hub. Okay, we have managed to break through on the east, immediately going defensive. But I think we can assist with the assault on Moscow now. If we can break Moscow, that'll be a major win here, and I think we will be able to. And yeah, that should be sufficient, and that should get us net us Moscow. Despite, yes, we've taken Moscow, and that'll be, once that's connected, we have supply, and then we can resume the offensive there. We have taken Archangelsk as well, which means they are now completely out of supply here in the area, which means we're immediately going to try and start opening up this line. And see if we can cut off some divisions here, because that'll allow us to shorten the front line in multiple places. There might be another opportunity here to assault through the Tiger, and I think we can already start pushing here as well, and that'll shorten the front line. It's a bit more salami tactic than the rather large strategic encirclement, but how is it looking here? Almost there. Attack from both sides. That division is out of supply, and we are struggling to get across the river line here. So I am actually going to have to try it like this. Let's see if that happens. And we are already going to assault here on the other side as well, just to make sure that they're not getting any reinforcements. All out assault. Try to connect these lines here. Try to push north because they are low on supply. And we get some tanks. Where is this tank division going? Okay, sure. I'll take it. We have a tank division here. We can use that to lengthen the front line a little bit. Okay. We are holding in Moscow, which means we are now holding the supply and the Germans are not, which is what we wanted, but we are still very, very stretched thin here along the lines. Okay, we might have a short interlude and build some better submarines, even though it's probably not necessary, but let's get the torpedo launchers researched. This is just ace pilots promoted and shot down. I cannot easily just say clear all, so I'm just going to leave those there. Any major naval engagements that I should care about? We were just sinking some small fry, but nothing really major. Okay. How is the air situation over France? Yeah, we're still fighting. Are we on top? Are we on top of airplane production at this point? Yes, we are positive in airplane production. And we should be able to replenish our losses there. Okay, let's see if we can get this encirclement here connected. And if we can get these German divisions cut off. And we should be able to resume. Where are we going to connect? I think we're not going to meet up in former Leningrad, but we're actually gonna push north from here at this point. Okay, let's shorten the front lines again. These lines need to shorten just up to here, and that front line extends up to there. Okay, yeah, that will stretch some of our troops quite significantly. But once we have where are these tanks? Once we have some reinforcements coming in, then things should start looking a little better. And we have done another tactical encirclement here, where we are cutting off German divisions as we go, and we are trying to at least. But all our troops are relatively exhausted and low on supply, but it is imperative that we actually let's divert these tank divisions here as well. Oh yeah, we can take this one. Okay, we have taken not the encirclement that we wanted, but we definitely have trapped some German divisions here. So let's make sure that these all get wiped out, and that cauldron gets closed. We're still trying to trap another German division here, and we just have to be careful that they're not pushing into us. That's holding. We are making headway here, so I think it is fair to say that we are actually pushing them back very slowly and deliberately. It's tough going. Let's see if we can take Alexandropolis. And do we have air? Yes, we have green air over Greece. We are in possession. We're definitely in control of the airspace. So that's one thing that we've got going for ourselves. Second tank division. Yeah, just relocate where you need to be. Everybody else assist with wiping out these last German divisions here and further shorten the front line. Once we take that, then then the cauldron is a little reduced, and we are making headway in the north here. Let's see if we can push across the river line and trap some more divisions here now that we have some semblance of supply. And I think these actually yeah, this is already happening also. Okay, so these divisions are going to be entrapped. That clears up this front line quite nicely, honestly. And yes, we have encircled more German divisions here, so clear these out. And there, okay, that's happening. Yeah, I think the German Eastern armies are faltering. The problem is it's now November, and we're starting to see the winter coming in. So I think we will have to risk it and start the offensive again around Moscow and see where the supply lines are going. So Yaroslavl is going to be the next target along the lines here. And we will need the tank divisions here to widen this a little bit. and these 2 tank divisions as well, to assist with making sure that the front lines are not too short, and we can be easily cut off. So let's start the push towards Yaroslavl, and then we are not that far anymore. Once this encirclement here is done, we can actually already start moving troops out and start pushing towards Vologda from the north, and we will have more divisions joining us once the once this is all cleared up here. But yeah, it takes a while for divisions to move in this territory. It's not the best territory for that, and we will try to carve out some. Some little encirclements here. The rest in the east is just going to hold. No one's broken through anywhere. No, front lines do look intact, and the artillery is doing a bit of mopping up. We do have a tank division here. We are about to take Yaroslavl. So Vologda is where we are going to connect. Is there a supply line? Yes, there is. So follow the supply line. Let me get this tank division north. Take the airport and take Vologda. And we're going to get this Yaroslavl division to follow along and widen the front line. And this 3rd division to push here. I think we have managed to outrun the German divisions here for the time being. There are some coming in, but I think our little stretch here. No, not you. You need to go. No, push these back. We do not want to be cut off. Okay. So that just leaves these 2. I've got 2 tank divisions here. We're just going to move along and push them back across the river line as we go. We can take this already. They are moving out. Okay, push along the river line. This tank division has pushed them back. Nice. And see if we can kick them out from there. No, I think this tank division is spent. They need to recover some organization. But we are opening up these lines here, and it's not an awful lot anymore. Okay, let's make sure that this division there gets wiped out. One division take that. The others already assist with the assault here. No, you go there. Unfortunately, this takes forever for the divisions to get here. That is the unfortunate reality. But we might be able to cross the river lines here and get another motorized division through. Let's see if we can connect them there. All right. Okay, and we have taken Vologda. The Germans are trying to play catch up, but I think these 2 tank divisions can continue. So we will have them continue and see if they can link up the front lines. That would be a major strategic victory if that can happen. Now they are obviously we've found some defenders. They are obviously very low on supply. And we do have to be careful, yeah, like this, that the Germans don't make any incursions. So immediately push that back. And actually, you can stay. This is fine. Tank division, push it back. And then continue widening the front and making sure that the Germans don't get a chance to cut us off. There's another tank division that can assist with this effort. So just widen the front. Okay, we are at point, and I think we are bringing a couple of divisions south here. Very stretched in the north here as well. But if we can manage this, I am already going to give the... I think I am already going to give the 13th marching orders again. No, I'll better manage it by hand, honestly, because that's going to get messy otherwise. Be very careful. We've got a tank division here. You can already start... No, just don't go across the river there and start pushing these out. This close. They are linking some troops up, but we still got some tank divisions here that are assisting with cleaning up the front lines and making sure that the Germans don't easily break through. Okay, assault from the north and see if we can link it up. The motorized divisions obviously being the fastest. Are we clear in the air? We are clear in the air. We are mostly going to be fighting in central Russia, so this is okay. And everything else looks alright. Hard fight here against Italy to break out. I can't have too much of a... but we have taken Alexandropolis, so that's encouraging actually. In that case, let us see if we can push along the coastline a little bit and make that happen. Okay, we've almost linked up the strategic encirclement of the German Eastern armies. We are 3 provinces away from it. And I don't think they have an awful lot... I'm actually going to go here. I don't think they have an awful lot to stop us. But we will just be careful and widen the flanks as we go. No. Oh, that's a lake. Yes. Okay, perfect. Lakes are good. Yeah, they are coming. The tank's out of fuel again, I think. Supply. Yeah, they are. I think they are out of fuel, which is very unfortunate because we're this close. But we might be able to link up from the north at this point. Okay, we're not getting through there by the looks of it. That is an assault across the river line. No, we've made it. Okay, we've made it across the river line. And just keep pushing. Keep pushing north. Just keep taking the territory. And keep... we've got tanks coming in from the rear. The supply lines are not yet connected. This is why we are so stalled at this point. But as long as the Germans don't get to reconnect their lines, as long as their lines remain in disarray, we might be able to completely cut them off there. And then we can literally close the cauldron. And deal with pretty much the whole German Eastern armies. Yeah, the tanks are extremely slow at this point because they are very low on fuel. And I think this is as far as they can go. We are actually getting pushed back here at this point. So we will have to once again stop, consolidate. This isn't even happening because we are out of fuel. So we are in dire need to make sure that these front lines don't collapse. Because now here comes the counterattack. So let's send the infantry north. And start another cauldron that we can assault. That is probably another cauldron that we can assault. Let's see if we can connect them here. We are spread thin again. But we've got a fair amount of... Oh, okay, we've got the... Nice. We've got the divisions coming in, assistance divisions, the new ones coming in. So we can significantly shorten this front line now, because they can take over this whole area. Okay, nice. So let's get everybody moving out. And meanwhile, see if we can connect this. But this is my bigger problem right now. Yeah, they pushed them back. We need at least 2 provinces of depth to ensure that we are not getting cut off here. Okay, we are fighting a German panzer division. That is going to be tough with our motorized. But we will try to assist from the south now that our tanks have slightly recovered and see if we can make this happen. And that will leave, I don't even want to know how many divisions. So it's going to be a major cleanup operation. But let's see if we can push through here. Should be able to. And tidy this up already here. Okay. Everything's holding. Everything's holding. We are actually making advances here in Greece. But it's all mountainous terrain, so this is all not going to be fun to fight in. But let us, well, we can start dividing up the front lines in a minute and see if we can link up. Actually, it might be interesting to cut across the coastline here, to be honest. Let's try that. So if we push here and through Thessaloniki. And we'll just leave some divisions behind to hold the gains. And here. And then here. Let's leave one behind. And then all the way over to Corfu. If we can make that happen, we might be able to cut off these mixed bag of Axis divisions there in the south. Okay, how does it look like in the north here? Still struggling to make something happen. The infantry. Okay, the Hellenic state has capitulated. Give us 12 trains and a bit of garbage. Yeah, we don't care. But because we have taken Thessaloniki, that's why. But this might... we'll see if these guys are moving. But at the same time, we have to see that this here is happening. Okay, assist with the assault. I think we're breaking through here. I think we are breaking through here. This isn't happening, so defend. For now, we bring the infantry in. We have problems breaking through these German tanks here, obviously, because we are running low on supply. But I think it's gonna be a connection, and even a strenuous one. Okay, this has happened, so everybody please assist in wiping out these German divisions. That's a fair amount of them trapped. And even though we are out of supply, but so are they. So let's make sure that these get... how many do we have here? 3, 6, 8, 9, 10 divisions, I believe. So that's a bit of a victory. And I think we are almost in Corfu. But we now have to we actually have to pin these here from the south. So let's get let's make sure that nobody gets to run away and reinforce against that little push in the north there. And they still got one division that can pin these guys. Okay, so that should do it. The infantry is following. And the tanks might be able to break through to Corfu. And then just assist with the push. Okay. We are actually pushing here as well, so let's just keep going. Yes, we have managed to completely encircle these divisions. Have we closed the gap? We have closed the gap. We have closed the gap. Okay. Encircle the Germans there. And tanks as well. Break through. Encirclement there. Okay. This is all extremely sketchy, but we are trying to hold the line here. But we have managed a very strenuous link up, but we have managed the strategic encirclement of the whole German Eastern Army. The troops in France are, I think, sufficiently diminished at this point that we can start the push here again. Let's see what the air situation is. We're still battling the Luftwaffe. We're still taking horrendous losses. So are they. But it's starting to normalize. It's starting to even out almost. And we might be, despite the air situation, we might be able to start the assault again from and take France. We're about to threaten Italy, and we are going we are going to have a significant encirclement here that is going to cut off a vast amount of the of these varied Axis troops here. There we go. And that is going to also free up the divisions of the Second Army, and from there, I think the Axis defenses here are breaking. I mean, looking at this, they don't have an awful lot of divisions anymore. We've got 75 divisions in the area, I believe, and they have about 45. Yeah. I think we've broken them here. They might have been pulling. I think they pulled a lot of divisions off to try and defend this encirclement, but we have managed to cut them off here, and that leaves the whole Eastern Army encircled. Which means, in the next episode, because that's going to take a while, we are going to close this massive cauldron and destroy the German armies in the east, which then will leave the doors open to the invasion of Poland and eventually the invasion of Germany proper. We have made some progress around Oslo, but I believe we've mostly stalled at this point. Yeah, I think we are pretty much defensive at this point here. So let's actually formalize that and stop the assaults and go defensive here in the mountains. And that has also again bound a fair amount of divisions. So that's all pretty good. Yep, it is coming to a close. We have encircled a bunch of Italian troops here. Just so I don't ignore that. Just so I don't forget. We need to make sure that these guys are getting destroyed. So let's make sure that this is another 7 Italian divisions. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, the Italians have lost in Africa, I believe, pretty big time. Although, what is this here? Why is this complete front line here completely undefended? I think we have too many divisions here. Let's take 2 of those and send them here to push them back. Do not want to be cut off in the rear. I think they have sent a bit more troops here. All right, but it is still an Italian defeat in Africa. We have taken Ethiopia off them, and yeah, that means it's about to end for the Axis. We have taken about 1 million casualties so far, about almost 500,000 against Germany. But in return, we have inflicted 5.6 million casualties against the German Reich and over 1 million against Italy already. We have 440 divisions in the field. The Germans have 300. So, and with Italy and miscellaneous, they still have a numerical advantage. But once this cauldron is reduced, I think that's the end of the Axis. Anyway, that's it for me today. Thanks everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.